Warning.
Watch very closely now. 3, 2, 1. Bzow! Check that out.
The following podcast features terrible jokes.
You know you can use Hot Wheels cars when you need to make a saving throw in D&D? Every car is die-cast.
Usually about board games.
We want the fun. Gotta have that fun.
Must insist that no one attempt to recreate any joke performed on this podcast.
We had less technical issues than $1 million company.
All right!
This is Boards and Swords.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, we know it's Sunday, but yes, we know we're late. Shut up. Stop. Get off my case, all right? The show just started. Welcome to Boards and Swords. This is a podcast featuring bad jokes, good folks, and some tabletop games. I, of course, am your host, Chris Renshaw, and then I'm going to flip it to that guy over there. That's my co-host, Mr. Phil Perbig.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome. That's right. Welcome. As is pointed out in chat, welcome to this special Easter broadcast of Boards and Swords.
I keep forgetting it's Easter. This is what happens when you don't have kids, like little kids, where you have to do all the family stuff. Like, oh, we got to go to the Easter egg hunt this and do that.
Well, see, we got to find the adult Easter egg hunts where they're just filled with
Airplane bottles.
Yeah, airplane bottles of booze around the year. That'd be great. I'd go to that every year.
All right, so now I'm gonna have to start a new trend, which is I'm just gonna hide I'm just gonna buy a box of Gundam cards, and then I'm just gonna hide booster packs in places.
We couldn't have done it today though because it rained.
Who says we had to do it in? Who said we had to do it outside?
We gotta touch grass a little once in a while. Touch grass to get our quota in for the year.
Adult East. Oh, you know what would be funny? All right.
What's that?
Now, this is what I would do if I had Mr. Beast money, right?
Okay.
I would buy a whole bunch. I would buy a truckload of whatever the newest Pokemon thing that everyone's scalping.
Okay.
And you find 20 scalpers. You do an Easter egg hunt, but it's an airsoft course.
Oh.
How awesome would that be?
Yes.
Touch grass? You trying to kill me? But yeah, that's
I bring you into its general area.
Yeah.
You be grass adjacent.
Also, now I feel like I need to make a micro RPG of TCG scalping.
Yes. We'll have to give them the I don't know. Some of these scalpers are have YouTube followings and whatnot, and we'll have to do what how much. Hush, Beetle. I'll throw something at you. How much NCIS did you watch at all?
I've seen some.
Okay, well, so McGee, he wrote a few books and he did it under a pseudonym.
Okay.
But the thing was, he used the names of the people in his team, but instead of Leroy Jethro Gibbs. It was I think it was the last name Tibbs.
I think I may have seen a little bit of it. If you pay for the bonus pack, do you get a pallet jack? That's great.
Yeah, and Tony DiNozzo was DiNardo or one of his other. But I mean, he used it was
legally
very
distinct.
Easy to be I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you have to do that with some of the big scalpers or whatever. Just be we're gonna change the first letter of the dude's username. Boy, you'll know who we're talking about.
You'll know. All right, so if you go subscribe to our Patreon, and if we get 1 million a month, then maybe I can make this happen, because that's how much Pokemon cards are going for these days. I saw a video of it was like a Walmart, and you see like the scalpers just like ravaging. It makes it seem like this was last week, but it could have easily been like during COVID, for all I know.
100%. Yeah.
But like they're all like like rah, 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 like scalping them, and then like the top comment was, "And yet my beauty products have to be behind glass."
Oh yeah, the playing cards are just out right there next to the register, man. Like I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah, that's why like, and every comment is like all they have to do is either put them under lock and key, limit them to one per customer, or both. So it's like the store just apparently wants that to happen or doesn't care enough. But anyways, enough of that. We should get to talking about some jokes. And by that I mean news. Oh, you're just not going to play it because you didn't get the stuff hooked up? It's funnier this way.
I have to actually join a voice chat. I'm broadcasting in a voice channel in Discord.
If you have a companion in your D&D game that only deals max damage, would that be a critter? So let me press the right button here. Pokemon-inspired D&D books add hundreds of cute critter companions to your game. So I've been seeing a bunch of stuff from this company. It's Roll for Combat. They just launched a Kickstarter campaign for Eldamon. It's Pokemon-inspired source book series. Come on now, guys. We can't say 2024 anymore. Oh, no, the book was from 2024. My bad. Which is seeing a reprint. Adds additional D&D classes to the game, as well as 162 creatures for trainers to catch. If you really want to catch them all, though, you'll need the brand new Legends expansion, which adds a new generation of 156. So this is your silver and gold.
Yep.
Everything you want for a good Pocket Monster tabletop RPG is possible here. They have different forms you can unlock by bonding with them, taking them from a cuddly pet form to a badass evolved form. They also have one of 20 elemental types. I may have to back this just to so I could play it in the kids game, because they're all the time like, can I have this pet? I'm like, I don't know how to do that. And I don't want to look it up right now. But this company's pretty cool because so Roll for Combat, because we just had April 1st. So they had a thing. So apparently every year they do a joke product where this year it was like a Roll for Combat Immortals, which is like, what if your character didn't die? And it's like basically, Highlander, but so it's like every time you would die, like trauma happens to you instead and just like fundamentally alters your character.
Okay.
So, you can't physically die, but you will show wear and tear as you go on. The Rusty Beetle, stop getting ahead of the news there, talking about the Black Series Risk. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, from Wargamer, like I said. Here we go. Pledges start at $39 for the Eldamon PDF, $59 for the Legends PDF, or $79 for both. That's actually kind of expensive for a PDF. I guess $40 for a PDF. $40 is actually kind of par. Never mind. What am I talking about? And then you could pick up physical copies of both books for $129.
Well, so just looking at the Kickstarter, because it's PDF or VTT.
Well, yeah, that tracks.
So
I don't know. I've kind of gotten to the point because the problem with VTTs is A, you have to support them all, and B, companies. It's on the company to when it rolls out that VTT module. So you can have Cobalt Press, they'll have, they've been rolling out their Monster Vault 2 and their Player's Guide 2. But the modules, Monster Vault 2 has been out for 6 months, but we still don't have the module for Foundry yet because it literally takes someone to have to go code it. Whereas there's a whole bunch of modules that will add stuff to your game if you just copy paste the PDF, like that, like the stat, like your standard NPC and monster stat page.
Block.
Yeah, your stat blocks. And I'm like, maybe that's like, everything's great if it, like, anytime you get like the custom modules that are integrated in, they're great. But also it means I gotta wait for them to put it up there. And then secondly, like Foundry just rolled out also on April 1st, throwing everybody for a loop, their new version 14 of their software. So I can't upgrade that because not all the modules and stuff I'm running have updated yet to support it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the catch-22 of all these different, like, yes, you have abundance of choice, but it means people have to support all those choices, like companies, if you want like first party type stuff.
Yeah.
So it's great and it sucks at the same time. All right, moving on. That's enough of that. If you had eight X-Men played by Channing Tatum together, would that be Gambit? All right, Cult Star Wars board game returns after 25 years with the Lord of the Rings reskin. So this is one of those that, like, you hear specifically like board game influencers talk about this a lot. Like, this was you make it, this is some out of print gem that they had. It was a board game called Star Wars: The Queen's Gambit, from the year 2000. Original, or sorry, not original, but like episode 1 of the prequels. That it was apparently one of the big things is that the game had three theaters of combat. So you had like the space battle going on, the ground battle with the Gungans, and then the lightsaber battle with the Jedi, I believe. I could be wrong there. Or it might be the actually, I don't think it's the space battle. It's the fight for the throne room, the Jedi battle, and then the big ground battle.
And then the Gungan. Okay. That would make more sense. Yeah.
And so it was one of those, like, you had to like do a little bit in each theater. Like, you couldn't really like spit. So a lot of people talk about like how great it was for game mechanics. Rusty Beetle talks about how they did fundamentally do that again. They took the mechanics of the Queen's Gambit and then redid it. So they had a Star Wars Black Series Risk, which did the same thing but moved it to episode 6. Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi, and where you had like indoor. This one I think actually was the space battle, and then the fight with Vader. And that same kind of mechanics piece. But everybody always talks about how great this game was. I imagine it's kind of overhyped, probably, or it was just, the problem was some people played it and it was really good because there was not a whole lot of other games really good at that time. But anyways, so the original Queen's Gambit was, publisher Restoration Games announced the King's Gambit, which this time it's Lord of the Rings themed, which, okay, tracks. Restoration Games announced it on March 25th. Social media post confirms a limited edition will begin crowdfunding in September of 2026. Originally designed by Rob Davio, whose name's been on the box of some of the best board games ever, Davio returns to lead the new project. The players will apparently use cards to stage combat across 4 battlefields: Pelennor Fields, Minas Tirith, Peligrir, and Mordor. The deluxe crowdfunding edition will feature many miniatures, plus an enormous 3D board with multiple levels to fight on, similar to the original board game. That was the other thing, is that the game was not that. I do remember people talking about the Queen's Gambit was it had like multiple like it had terrain kind of thing, or it was a 3D, very 3D board game thing. And yeah, the Tom Vassell did hype the game up a lot after you couldn't get it anymore. So people always it's like they're great. You'll hear people talk about like their Grail game that they wish they would get to play. So the larger than life terrain is only available in the deluxe edition. A more modest retail edition is apparently being released by Space Cowboys in 2027. So yeah, I mean, this tracks. It does seem like Restoration kind of does this. Like, we're gonna kickstart for like the big deluxe edition kind of thing, and then we're just gonna like make a more mass markety thing for like they did it with like Fireball Island. They did it with a couple other ones where it was like, here's the big game, and then, well, I guess Simon did it also with like Marvel Zombies, where you have like the big with all the minis, and then the slimmed down version that they put in stores. That's like, here's the $100, $150, $200 version, and then the $50 version's over there. And you can get that in Target. Phil, did you ever hear about this? The Queen's Gambit?
I had not heard about it.
Yeah. It was it was from Hasbro. This was back when Hasbro had the Star Wars license. So like when they were doing the Star Wars miniatures game and all that. And Avalon Hill, which is their board game arm, made this Star Wars The Queen's Gambit. Let's see. Let me actually.
Well, and I mean, also this is back in 2000.
Yeah. But meaning this game was probably in, like stores, so like this would have been a mass market game.
We were in Germany.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, check that sucker out.
Oh yeah.
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 So there you go. You got the Jedi fight, and then the Queen's attack, and then the Gungan battle on the other side. All right, let me go to, let's see. Yeah, then they did it as Star Wars Risk. Yeah, but this was like fundamentally the same game, sort of, but just like set in a different place, or, different movie.
Yeah.
All right, that's okay. There we go. There's the board. I like that it's a TIE fighter.
Excuse me, sir.
That's a TIE. Well, technically, from this 2D view, I can't tell if it's a TIE Advanced
Or an
X1
Inquisitor's
or an Inceptor.
Or an Interceptor, yeah. It also
I thought the Inquisitor's TIE. I thought the Inquisitor's one was like the circle, the
it was
art.
better curved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are looking at the angles now.
I mean, for a mass market game, these minis kind of slap. Like, there's nothing to them, but like,
Shit ton of B-wings.
yeah. But like, if you just like, you could base coat these and do like some contrast paints, and they would look pretty dope.
Is there a picture of like not to those guys, maybe those TIE fighters are tiny? Is there like a D6 hiding somewhere on that board we can see? Get some scale.
Yeah, there you
there's
go.
the D6 right there. There we go.
Yeah. So like, each one of those X-wings is like a size of a D6.
Okay. All right. So those B-wings are a little bigger. Okay.
Well, they're taller, definitely.
Oh, that Super Star Destroyer is not really in proportion with the rest of the map there.
You mean the Millennium Falcon is not almost as big as the Death Star and the
No, sorry guys, really took
I mean, the Falcon's probably similar in size to the X-wing. Actually, no, that's not true. I think the Falcon and the TIE Fighter are probably the right size comparison.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yep.
Because that TIE is definitely not in proportion. The board is not in proportion with that. Anyways, all right, but just kind of give you an idea of what the gameplay looks like. All right, moving on. So when people that were designing the first supersonic jetliner, anytime they reached an agreement, was it called a Concord? So Awaken Realms vows no AI art for Concordia Special Edition after a BGG review bombing. So this is weird because they didn't actually they never came out and said, at least I could be reading ahead. This is from Board Game Wire. Board game publisher Awakened Realms has responded to a wave of anti-AI art review bombing for its upcoming crowdfund, Concordia Special Edition, by saying no AI-generated imagery will be used in the finished game. The title is the latest in the seminal Eurogame to be released in a spruced-up premium edition. Let's see. So apparently the latest foresee the publisher come under fire for embracing generative AI software such as Midjourney and developing some of its games. Awakened Realms is one of the highest profile tabletop publishers to confirm it uses AI image generators, with other notable adopters of the technology including Stronghold Games, which they used it in their $2.2 million more Terraforming Mars crowdfunding campaign. So almost all of the first few dozen ratings for Concordia Special Edition posted by BGG users gave the title 1-1, the lowest possible score, following its unveiling at the end of February, with the vast majority of those citing AI art as their rationale. That was followed by a spate of users scoring the game in the maximum 10 in an attempt to counteract the low scores. Keep in mind that no one's actually played this game yet.
I was gonna say, like, this game, it technically doesn't exist yet, right?
Yeah. So the lowest current, so it's left it with an average of just 4.7, the lowest current rating of any Awakens Well full game, and well below the 8+ ratings enjoyed by many of its prior releases. So let's see. We feel that the current situation is not really respectful towards our artists who are working really hard on each project, and Concordia will be no different. They'll be doing their best to pay tribute to this classic and elevate it to new heights. So first things first, in this project, in the final game, there'll be no AI art. Human artists will be involved in everything. This has been clearly stated from the beginning of our contract. However, we do use some AI tools during prototyping, mock-ups, and in various initial phases of concept work. And honestly, it's really hard not to, as Photoshop alone, which is our artist's main tool, already has a ton of built-in AI features. That's probably the best pro AI argument that someone's ever made, is like, look,
100%.
we can't freaking do this. Like,
back when Photoshop like first came out, one of its main features was you would scan in your entire like actual physical 4x6's photo library.
mm-hmm.
And then, or even digital images, and you'd be like, hey, automatic red eye detection. Get it out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, so most likely what they probably did is they just used an AI image for like here's our announcement photo box, and they're like, that's not the real box. That's just like, literally, we just had to put a graphic here, which, I mean, I don't know anymore.
Going into any of the AI things and be like, I don't know. I need a picture of an apple, and boom, an apple comes up, and you're like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna go draw my own version of that apple.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a matter of, did they actually do the second part, which is hire someone to pay, or did they just take that, hey, give me an apple, put Concordia at the top, and then be like, here you go,
and then run it through a couple. I don't know, man. Reheating stuff from the store, that's still cooking, right?
Sure.
Okay, boom. Then I'm a chef.
Rusty Beetle's still jumping ahead of us on the
right, Beetle.
I can't talk about your comments if you're already like Awakened Realms makes some very pretty but underbaked games. I mean, most of the ones I've seen, I know they've done other games. I actually have never played an Awakened Realms game, but the newer ones do look pretty. Especially I've seen a lot of these special edition ones where it's like, we're going to take this old game that looks like shit, and the people love it because it's got great game mechanics, but it looks dog ugly. And then we're going to make it look cool. So for instance, hold on, here we go. Yeah, like this is the original cover from Concordia. Like that's very boring.
I don't know, man. There's more people going in there.
Fair.
There's just
But
a
again,
lady
that's
holding
not
a
the-
basket of fruit.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's the, let's see, someone's saying that's the new cover, not
Oh,
the
that's
original.
new cover.
No. Like, it probably had a reprint. The original version probably had a reprint.
Ah,
Here we go, versions. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
okay. I mean, there's more than one person on the cover.
Fair. What's another one they did? What's it called? Agricola, didn't they? Okay, if I can spell Agricola. There we go. So, like, for instance, here's the original Agricola, which granted did come out in 2007. All right. Here's your original cover.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Here's your new version.
That's nice.
Yeah. The rules are convoluted. The rule books are a struggle to get through. I could see that. I mean, whose rule books aren't a struggle to get through? Nobody checks that stuff. All right. Oh, getting ahead of myself. All right.
All right.
Moving on. It'll be interesting to see how BattleTech fans react to this latest announcement. All right, shut up. From Bell of Lost Souls, you know BattleTech, that game famous for not changing the rules. They're changing the rules.
Damn.
So BattleTech, hang on, because
They're
not
going the 40K route.
not completely.
All your stuff's gonna be. You got to buy new stuff now.
No, definitely not that. Catalyst. So, 2 new box sets coming in August. Catalyst Game Labs is launching a pair of new boxes to help players jump into the BattleTech. The Ill Clan era is coming. That's the latest era that they've done because there's different eras in time. So BattleTech has been making loads of great strides the past few years to appeal to more players. It's a well-established system at this point, and it's got big stompy robots. What's not to like? Let's see. That said, it's been a few years in the making, and a pair of new entry points are coming to the tabletop. First up, there's a new starter box coming in August based on the success of the beginner box and the essentials. This is a new way to jump in. It features quick start rules to Ill Clan era battle mechs, the Hammerhead and the Contio. And updated record sheets too. The new record sheets are going to be familiar to veterans of the game, but they have lists for various equipment and rules for the full BattleTech game too. So that's new, actually. I don't think the previous starter boxes had the full BattleTech rules in it. It was just like a dumbed down version. Basically, it was only the top half of the sheet where you didn't go into all the you still had the dots, but you didn't worry about heat and you didn't worry about critical hits blowing off specific sections of your stuff. There you can kind of
whatever you do in this starter box, do not investigate the damn horse in the middle of the road.
Then the next step is the new core set, 8 miniatures that stretch across the various ages in BattleTech lore. So yeah, you got a whole mech ton. I'm excited.
There it is.
Huh?
There it is, right
What?
there, bottom right corner.
This one?
That's the only one that matters.
So I don't think that's the mech you think it is.
It's a similar version.
That is the. Let's see. Do they say what it is here? Let's see. I believe that is the Rakshasa, actually, right there. But there is something in here famous from the MechWarrior 4 Vengeance computer game. It's the Madcap Mark II. As my cursor slowly draws out the outline. All right. Right there in the center.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, the Mad Cat Mark II, which has not had a plastic mini come out yet. Let's see. Renegade Games is another company where I get fan edit rule books. Yeah. Did BattleTech Gothic go anywhere? No. So it came out and hit like a dud. I have not even bought the box. Of course, I have not played BattleTech in over a year. And I still have minis from the previous Kickstarter. I did buy, because I just wanted to try it out. I bought they made the little booster box things where it's like, here's a random Gothic mech. I did buy like 1 or 2 of those. So I have them. They're in my 2 paint pile. The problem is they seriously screwed up with BattleTech Gothic. And that is like, one of the big things is it's like versus kaiju, but they didn't give you kaiju minis. They made standees for the kaiju and just gave you more mechs. And I'm like, no. Like, if that game had actual, like, if they had split it up and it's like, here's 4 Gothic minis and 4 kaiju, would have sold way more than it did. So, but yeah, so I mean, fundamentally, these are just new versions of the boxes they've been doing, but they are getting a refresh. That is the one thing that they do. So, like, it's not. So it is always like a little bit worthwhile, even if you're an existing player, to buy the new boxes, because they will rotate the minis that they put in there. So it's like you can get new sculpts of stuff. Once again, Rusted Beetle calling out my my not existent Snapships gaming. So
You
and
don't
then
paint the snap ships; they're pre-colored.
I know that's what he's saying. He's saying I don't have to paint it. That's why I said non-existent gaming.
Oh, okay.
So, but there's also a new and updated core rulebook on the way as well. This is actually I've been wondering about this for a while, because the core rulebook has been out of stock on their website for like about a year. And we all kind of thought that maybe they were doing a new printing, and that's why that they were just not stocking it back in, because they were working on a new printing. And so they finally came out, which is good, because first of all, the core rulebook sucks. The one that's got like all the rules in there, the Total Warfare book that you can get right now, it's so hard to find anything you need out of there. There's actually like a BattleTech Battle Mech manual that's actually a better organization for all but it only has the mech rules. It doesn't have like all the other air support and ground support and all that. But the reason I say that, so this article doesn't talk about the rules changes too much, but what they've been doing is, so over the past like 6 months, they've been play testing new rules changes, and these are just like variations and tweaks of like, hey, what if we change this phase to work like this instead? Which I like, in that they're at least like eliciting feedback and play testing it, or getting player feedback. And B, it seems kind of like, even if they do, they're going to be in the realm of like optional rules. So you could still just keep playing BattleTech the same way. It's just now like, if you want to play this phase a little differently, you can play it that way. Like, that's actually the way the new tank rules are like that, where you can play the old tank rules, which is like everybody gets that all the tanks have a sheet that's got all the bubbles on it, or you play the tanks as they're just cards and they're more buffs than individual units. So they get to like fire and stuff, but they also provide like benefits to the rest of your tanks.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Is that to scale on the core rulebook? Oh, that's dudes in suits, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is to scale. Like that's like
Okay.
that's
dudes in
that's
power armor versus mechs. Okay.
Yeah, that's basically like a Space Marine, because it's the clan elementals, I believe, which are like the oversized dudes. But yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. For a second, I was like, no, he's not that big.
What? The
I was
mech?
gonna say that would not be like, one of the light mechs versus an Atlas or something.
No.
That's not to scale.
Not like that.
Okay, yeah, that's a pilot in a suit. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Last one. We can finally get around to what Rusted Beetle's been talking about. I yearn for a future where all our needs are taken care of and we can just spend our time roasting our friends. It'd be a real dystopia. Let's see. Is this the actual Kickstarter link? Nope, never mind. Just trying to find the actual Kickstarter link. So yeah, the Cyberpunk TCG Kickstarter is breaking all kinds of records. Night City is on the rise once more in the new official Cyberpunk trading card game. Turns out it's rising faster than anyone expected. The people yearn for a cyberpunk dystopia that's actually cool and interesting instead of the dumb one we're currently living in. Who can blame them? So yeah, let's see. Okay, check it out. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, this is I don't understand how, like, it's a TCG that's probably dead on arrival. Like 16,740,270 out of $100,000. Like, no way this lasts over a year.
Most funded Kickstarter game ever. Okay.
Yeah. Most funded Kickstarter game. That's crazy. 2 players, 15 minutes. I mean, that's kind of cool. In Cyberpunk trading card game, you'll put together the ultimate edge runner crew with characters from across the franchise, pitting them against your opponent as you fight to become a Night City legend. Featuring stunning custom artwork, Cyberpunk TCG is designed for trading card players, avid collectors, and fans of the Cyberpunk franchise alike. So beta products will be printed on demand that you are guaranteed to receive the product you ordered. Get access to exclusive items and card arts that will only ever be printed in beta products. Get in on the ground floor and help shape the future direction. I mean, I will say that I think a Kickstarter for a TCG is not a bad idea, because with the amount of TCGs out there, it's kind of the like, is this even worth it? Like, is there a group that's going to back this?
Yeah, because for the questionable aspect, because I was immediately thinking like, dude, if Bandai had run them, but they didn't need to, because
right,
they were like, yo, we're gonna put Gundam on a card, and we were all like, hurry up, mail it straight to me.
Right. So what I want to know is, like, because I keep seeing beta stuff mentioned, is it like, are you backing for like the beta version of the products and then it'll just launch like a normal thing?
That's a good question. Before you do that, yeah, that scroll you're in right now, go all the way to the bottom.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I would grab the bar and slam it all the way to the bottom, man, and look at that.
$8,000.
$8,000.
Jeebus.
And look at how many backers are already in there.
100 of them.
There's 100 people.
So was that $800,000 right there?
That's $800,000 right there, my dude. And
Jesus.
then there's 100 people. Oh, excuse me. Hang on, because that's
Yeah, it's based on one of the legends. Here's another 100. There's another 100.
3.
So this is where all their stuff is.
4, 5. I'm already at 5. 8,000. 6. 7. Holy shit.
Yeah.
8.
So let's see. Pledge tiers. All pledge tiers receive a
$8,000 levels.
Foil rare, Nova rare card. Pledge tiers receive a Kickstarter exclusive. Let's see. Kickstarter exclusive. I mean, I played Cyberpunk, the new one, and I don't know if I could be this interested in it. So let's see. You get like common starter decks, 2 pre-built starter decks. Like they haven't even said anything, have they, about how it plays? Unless that's what this video does. And they're already like, yeah, but look at all this cool shit. Oh, you can get your Dragon Shield art. Gosh, and then we got these people are going all out on they are definitely doing the like let's go like drop the money into a TCG, because like you got Dispelled Dice going off here. They're partnering with everybody. Like, look, I still haven't seen. Look, we get through pledge tiers, tier unlocks, optional buys, and stretch goals before we ever get to how do you actually play the damn game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and of course we get the how to
that's
the-
why it caps out at 100.
why.
So there's a serialized metal card from 0 of 99 to 99 of 99.
Hmm.
I don't know why they just want to do 1 to 100 or whatever. I don't. Yeah, 742 people have backed at the $8,000 level.
Oh, I mean, well, at least they have print and play decks, so you can actually play out the game.
That's almost $6 million.
Yeah, and that's not
half the
even
Kickstarter.
half.
That's almost.
That's not.
that-
It's at
that's
like
a-
16, I thought.
Yeah. That's.
So-
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's a little less than half. It's close though.
yeah. Like they are definitely going all in on this. I don't know, like I could see this being like this needs to be they need to have incorporated some like Netrunner, like Android Netrunner kind of like elements. Maybe it could be good then. But all right, hold on. We got quick rules here. Gosh, you need to have dice for this. So like I was like, man, there's all those like CCGs and stuff, or all that. Sorry, I'm saying like I'm done with CCGs. I don't blame you, but there is like they make money as evidenced by this. You have to have a set of 6 dice: the D4, D6, D8, D12, D10, and D20. You got to collect more gigs than your rival, represented by the gig dice that you interplay each turn. You got to protect your own gig dice and attack your rival to steal theirs. But once you have at least 6 gigs under your belt, you win the game. So if you have 6 gig dice in your gig area, you win the game. If players complete a turn without taking a new gig from their fixed area, the game goes into overtime. Oh, as soon as you have the majority of dice, you win. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here.
Why are? Huh? Oh, because of the printing, I guess.
What?
You're in the rule. I'm still looking at this. So like, neoprene playmats are $40 a pop.
Yeah.
Cloth playmats are
Yeah.
$120 a pop.
What? Last time I played a CCG was Magic in '99. Holy fuck. And of course, Russell Beetle has the Doctor Who CCG. I mean, Philip, we would not, there's no way we would get suckered into a CCG, right?
But bro, at least you play it.
Hey, I finally completed my playset collection of GDO1 of the first Gundam set. We're about to get set 4, but don't worry about that.
I've deconstructed all my decks into play sets.
Oh, see, that's the thing is that's why I'm having trouble is because I'm keeping all my starter decks together and then also building play sets of those cards.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I've been having trouble. Because I want to have the starters, so it's like if somebody, you don't have to construct a killer deck. It's just like somebody's like, I like Gundam and I want to play. I'm like, what's your favorite Gundam? Gundam Wing, here you go. Play this deck. I'll play, Seed or something.
No, you won't. What's your favorite Gundam? Gundam Wing. Pick a different one. That one's mine.
No. If they do that, then I'll just pick Celestial whatever.
Double O.
Being. Celestial Being, I think is what they called it. I was trying
Just like RPGs,
Celestial
it's
Drive, I think is what the deck is called.
Beetle. No. RPGs are not cheaper.
Well, it depends. They can be
does
cheaper.
They maybe in the long run.
Also, sometimes you're just
still
not
waiting on them to charge me for the damn Elderwood Academy
Yeah.
DM screen.
Oh, they didn't charge that up front?
Nope.
Ew.
Because I was I was given a 30% discount, and then I was like, sure, let me do the thing. They haven't even.
Oh, it's like a
we've got
backer
no
kit
information.
add-on thing.
Yeah,
I hate those because they won't charge until
until the full thing ships, and then I
Yeah.
have to wait for the damn thing anyway.
Although there is, I did this one time and I can't remember how I did it, but there was a way in Backer Kit where if like you paid through PayPal, you could hit like charge me now
Hmm.
and it would just go ahead and take it out. I've only done it once.
I'll have to look.
But sometimes you don't want to play a RPG. I know, blasphemy. And there, as someone that went through like all the LCGs and everything, I will say there is also something about opening up a booster pack and just like, even though you know, like, got it, you're like, there's just
Ooh,
that
shiny.
there's that little bit of like, I'm in the store, especially like for me, it's I'm in the store. Our store's got a $5 credit card limit. I want to get a snack, and it's like, I need to get over that $5. Like, throw me a Gundam pack. Like it's just the little like
I need to make enough for them to stamp my reward card. That's what I need.
well, fair. It's like I just need that like little bit of a hit.
Gotta get your fix, man.
Yeah. So now that we're done talking about expensive games. Hey Philip, last weekend was Adepticon.
Yes, it was.
And you know what happened at Adepticon?
Some company announced a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they announced a new version of Warhammer 40,000, among other things.
Warhammer 41,000.
Yeah, well, it's the 41st millennium.
Oh,
But,
I gotta flip through all my tabs because I did this. There it is. I left it right there. All right, put that up on the big screen. All
So yeah,
right.
we got lots of new stuff. We're gonna kind of our middle segment here, and we're just gonna kind of go through a lot of these pieces. All of this you can find on GW's website, the warhammercommunity.com. So, have you watched the new trailers and everything? Okay, well you need to because they look cool as always. So this one is set around Armageddon. So for those that don't know, Armageddon is just like what you would think it is it's just a planet that's just nonstop war. Like I was talking to somebody like, why don't they just nuke the whole planet? Like it's one of those like it's just constant war with orcs, and like orcs are like you can't get rid of orcs because they're basically fungi. Like no shit, they're basically fungi. And so they just always keep coming back. So everything premieres in the new 11th edition with the Armageddon box. So that, all right, why is it that it's going to be Blood Angels versus orcs. So instead of let's see, we had Necrons in 9th, and then we had Tyranids in our 10th, and now we're at orcs. So lots of new stuff. Bolters are back, as they say in this like video here. Let's see. I'm just gonna might as well just mute that. There you go. I mean, you can actually somewhat see the video. Yeah, and then again as they do the classic like pose. So they got a new set of intercessors that they're doing. They're kind of like trying to throw back to some of the old style of Space Marines by they're saying like, yes, the Primaris Marines rolled off the line with their new Mark 10 Tacticus armor, but it's been a couple years, and that armor gets depleted, and sometimes parts aren't readily available, so they're swapping in parts from older armors, which anyone's like, how does that work? Because Primarises are bigger.
Yeah.
But like that's why they're like, I don't know enough about the differences between the armor types unless you're talking Heresy. I know some of it for that, but like between like Mark 7 and up, so, but like apparently there's like the some of the armor pieces here, like the helmet and the leg pieces, are more reminiscent of previous armor types, but it's still that Primaris size.
Yeah.
But then
Well,
also
even
you
looking
got
at the box, I was like, that guy's got that red armor guy's got a blue helmet.
that is I believe that is it's for something. I wonder if it's I think it's the captains, because I know the sergeants, because for like Ultramarines the sergeants wear red helmets, but you got red guys,
Okay.
so I think they wear. I think the sergeants are blue. So we don't have it's going to be still to come on everything, but like we've also got like some orc baddies in there. Here's like a nice little. I don't think any of these are new stuff, but like the rules. How are the rules changing? New edition talk. So all the codexes and faction rules will still be valid, including the rules in the new campaign supplements, including the upcoming Armageddon Return of Yarick. However, detachments are changing to give you more flexibility on how you build your army. So in 10th edition, the way everything done was like these detachments where you would pick one detachment for your whole army, and it gave you, instead of other editions where depending on what army you picked, gave you special rules and stratagems and bonus items, they brought it out by detachment. So it's like, if you want to play a stealthy type of like, I can drop these guys in, in the middle of nowhere kind of thing, you would take that stealth detachment and it would come with special items that benefited those stratagems and such. So now what they're saying is, but the problem is like when you picked that detachment, it was for your entire army. Like you had to pick stuff that would work with that, those things. Whereas this, you can take multiple detachments. So it's like, okay, I want a couple of units of stealth guys, but I also want some tanks to like really kind of keep pushing forward kind of thing. So you can now sometimes select multiple detachments for a bespoke set of army abilities, so being able to bring to life your vision of how your army should fight. And at the launch of the new edition, there'll be over 70 new and updated detachments. If you're still very attached to your current army, don't panic. The current detachments will still work. Your choice of detachments now affects your missions. This is something that's expanded on recently, and it's actually, they've been expanding it in like articles where they're taking down like one piece of the new rules at a day. This is actually really dope. So like the way that it currently, like for the past couple of editions, I can only speak up to 9th because I didn't play 8th. There was fixed missions, and it was like, here are the here are the missions, here are like the terrain layouts. But yes, Rustabuto, you're right. This is like an update to 10, which was pretty similar. Like 9th edition was kind of like an update to 8. So there were 7. 8th did like a full reset of the rules, and then 9 was kind of like an update to 8, and then 10 was a full rules wipe for the most part, and then so 11th is now like the update to that. You'd be surprised how tall an 8-foot dude in bulky metal battle armor can be stealthy when that like armor is like designed to not make any noise.
All right. Okay. We need to work that into our D&D campaigns, man.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'm in scale mail. Nobody can hear me.
Ching, 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 ching. So yeah, like in 10th edition and even in 9th, you would have like, here's the rules, here's the terrain layouts, and you would just, tournaments would sometimes say like, we're doing this battle, this terrain set, blah. And then we're doing like this, your next battle is going to be this terrain set, this battle, etc. That changes with 11th. So in 11th, you're not going to know what the mission is until you find out who you're playing against. Because the way it is that you will pick a detachment. Each detachment will be like one of 5. Like there'll be 5 different types of detachments. Like all the detachments will fall into one of 5 types. And that will be your mission type, basically. So you've got mission type A, your opponent has mission type D. You look at the thing and like, okay, when I'm playing against mission type D, these are my objectives. But in the next game, if you're playing against someone who's got mission type C, your objectives have now swapped. Okay. And your objectives may be completely different from their objectives, because it's all based on what their like mission type C does when it comes up against mission type A. So it makes it I'm more excited for some of the rules changes here than I am actual models. Like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy.
It's those those graph chart like
Logic
ABCD
puzzles
at the top, ABCD at the bottom,
Yeah.
and then when they meet in the
the logic
hexadecimal,
puzzles.
hexadecimal. That's
Hexadecimal. Okay.
yeah.
Also,
like,
there's no more round. Like usually they would have you would have a point. Like this circle is your control point, and then 3 inches around that. So you'd have this plastic giant circle on the tabletop for your control zone. They're gone. Objective markers are gone and replaced by terrain footprints to determine control of key locations, relics, or fortifications. Terrain rules have seen a big shakeup. Thank God, they kind of needed to. Uh-oh. Lost Philip. Where'd you go, Philip? Stand by. But yes, Windows 12th edition drop. Yeah, it'll be. So we're at 2026. So 2029 will be when 12th edition drops. I'm just gonna go full screen here until we get Philip back here. He's typing. Hopefully they didn't just lose internet or power. That would suck. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So you said 12. Yeah. 3-year rotation no matter what. Yep. Unfortunately, that is the case. Bring him back so I don't have to keep that up. Oh, actually, no, I can. He was typing and then he stopped typing. So now I'm like, oh. And he's back.
And I'm back. Okay, yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. This is the second time this has happened. I just had to unplug the Ethernet cable and plug it back in.
Oh, so you just lost internet.
The desktop did. The phone was fine. Wi-Fi stuff was working.
Maybe you got to shorten your Ethernet cable.
Which is I don't want to crawl into the fucking house again, dude. It's such a pain in the ass to run that wire.
We need to just run you just got to run the coaxial there.
It still have to go under because it's disconnected.
Well, I know, but I'm saying the coaxial is usually a little bit tougher.
We just have to reconnect it, and then I can move the modem into here.
Yeah. All
Cool.
right.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Going to work?
Oh, that's right. It's Monday.
Combat, they got a couple of nitty bitty changes to the thing, but yeah, we were talking about, it is more like a 10.5 rules change. So the little bit of some tweaking looks like the terrain and some of the objectives and missions are going to be the biggest pieces. But the overall flow hopefully should be fairly standard. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of minis yet. That's gonna usually in May is when they have a Warhammer day at GW, and that's usually when they'll be here's the full list of pictures and everything of everything coming out in the new Armageddon box, which I'm obviously going to be getting. Clans Eshin kill. Okay, so yeah, we got the new Sigmar Spearhead. Let's see what. Oh yeah, here we go. This one we have to talk about because this has been memed to all get out online. So massive walking cog forts lead new cities of Sigmar reinforcements. So this is like a mini now. So apparently they have knights or titans, one of the two. In fantasy. I saw so our friend John has been building up an orc army. He said he wants to buy this and then stick like orc bits all over it and use this as like an orc gargant. Just because it's just so wonky and it would
fits the orc theme.
It does. Yeah, especially when you see like what an orc gargant looks like. All right. Yeah, like all right, really?
Okay,
You're not
I
gonna
like how the red one looks like a dude.
And what
that's
is
just a
that?
dude?
Is that a gun in your stomach or are you just happy to see me?
It's a gun.
It's a Gundam. So you got a
there's
little bit...
even a that's cool.
What?
There's even a cool. The next picture on that is
Oh, they got the
like a
ammo
battle-
bin.
No, the size comparison. Sorry, I'm still on the wiki page.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, look, there's even a flamethrower version.
No, yeah.
I do like look how detailed this is.
That's so crazy.
This looks so cool, but I would not want to paint this. I mean, I
Right?
do, but I don't. Like, I would never get it painted. Like, that's ridiculous. But I also kind of want it.
Like the cannons. Okay, so those are breech load in the back.
Yeah.
You see that. But that scattergun in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, how do you reload that?
Are you talking about here in this part of the middle?
No, higher up, right there.
Oh, that one?
Yeah,
I'm assuming there's an inside piece.
something on the back in the red somewhere, maybe.
No, like this is a tower.
I know, but like so scroll down a little bit.
Okay.
Back to the picture, the detail.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then the bottom row middle.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this gun here. Yeah.
No, like maybe there's something in the red where he can reload those individual barrels.
Maybe. Or maybe the back just opens up and he just shoves a bunch of darts in.
That could be
Like a bundle of arrows or something.
Oh wow, Stone Warden. Yeah,
These guys, or no,
some
what
of
was
these
it?
are
These
so-
guys are a little trippy. Look at this thing. Gate Gargant. Where it's like, I'm assuming this is like a giant ogre because there's like a dude up there on top.
Oh yeah, Holy, can we get some? Oh, yep. Okay, good. I was like, how is that being supported? And it's tied to his back. Okay.
Yeah.
that's-
What is this? Donner's Triumph?
One of them is female presenting.
Yes, I saw that. Yep.
Cool.
Each gate guardian is joined by a grenadier major and a teetering watchtower to ensure discipline is maintained and the gate stays shut. I love this, like, it's just a
Just look at-
statue. It's just a statue. This one's just like a memorial on a rock.
Which is floating because they had to chain it down.
Philip, there's a cat. Philip, there's a cat. Philip.
Oh yeah, that is only cat. Well,
That's a cat.
no, that's cat sized. Yeah. I was like, dude, that's
I mean, it's a
that's-
panther, but still cat.
that's what's his beast from He-Man.
Yeah. Battle cat.
Yeah, man.
Almost.
This is like
Cringer?
BattleTech Junior.
Yeah. Like Jorvon Creel era, the Kraken. I may have to get this just for the frickin' Panther mini. This is the thing. Like, man, there are so many. That's the one thing is like so many cool looking models that like once you get away from 40K, there's just so much kind of freedom a little bit. Even if you go into like Kill Team, just as long as you're not talking like main scale 40K, they tend and you can see, like, you can go online and hear people talk about this, that like main 40K, they tend to keep it very safe when they come to designing new minis, like very kind of like, we're not gonna venture out of a set design space. Whereas when you go anywhere out of any of their other GW games, they will go freaking insane. Like these grenadiers, these grenadiers with the guns, they're kind of cool.
Not the grenadiers, but the gallants.
Yeah.
There's what's that little worm
little
dragon thing holding a key?
Little guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little demon dude. Does it say on the thing? Let's see. No, it doesn't say anything about what those are. But I do like I like the little gun guys here. Like, here you go. There's another guy with his like 6-shooter on the front. Wait.
Yeah.
7-shooter.
Yeah, it's gotta be a bitch to reload, man.
And then of course you got the flame.
The rules.
Then you got the flamethrower, the prehistoric. Didn't you need a prehistoric flamethrower?
Oh, is it? Hang on, is that tip made out of wood?
Yeah, it looks like it. Huh? Yeah, I can't really zoom in here, but I love that the fire on the front is just a torch.
I mean, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. This guy's got the holy hand grenade here.
3 shall be the number of the count.
Me, like, I'm kind of like, this is, I never had any interest in Age of Sigmar, but these City of Sigmar guys, kind of dope. It's kind of dope. Oh, we got for you dog fans out there, Vendense Hounds. There's like 4 dogs in this thing. God damn.
Oh yeah, I went back up to the towers. You have to paint individual pieces and then assemble them.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna preload some of these things. So oops, no, that's not that. More heresy stuff that I'm increasingly becoming less caring about. Spartan Prometheus assault tanks. It's just another big tank. See, this is what I'm talking. This is the kind of weird you don't get in full up 40K anymore. Like, like, holy crap! Like, what in the saw is this,
bro?
Although that mask, I like the mask with the pipes coming out of it.
The mask is pretty cool, and then like looking at how it,
he's got like Edward Scissorhand fingers over here.
Yeah.
So this is an Ogren, I believe. Yeah, Charonite Ogren section, rapid fire support artillery. Let's see what else. Yeah, so those were kind of the big thing. Oh, the new thing they were talking about for Kill Team is they're going to start introducing bosses to Kill Team. So Kill Team, very like dudes on the ground. It's usually like somewhere between 5 to 10 guys. But now you're going to have, the Red Terror, an iconic Tyranid bioform available in plastic for the first time. And the next veritable action movie and expansion for Kill Team. Plus, there are new ways to play is that you can challenge your special operatives to take on similarly large threats. So you get the Red Terror here. Kill Team has always been always had, or at least the new edition that they came out with. Was it last year 2 years ago? Crap, that means next year we're getting a new edition of Kill Team. I just realized that. But the latest edition has always had co-op play, just not a whole lot of people play it. But veteran Tyranid commanders may remember the Red Terror from 40K codexes of old. You also have the Spectra Squad Kill Team.
It's got a servitor built into it.
What does?
In the Spectre squad over.
Oh, okay. Let's see, heavy gunner. Ooh, I like that gun on the back of that guy. And the loader. Here's you got the gunner, and then the guy that's just got his missile. Oh yeah, the Vox. Oh, I like that Vox relay beacon. That's a nice little cute guy.
Yeah.
Is that what you? Oh, that's the servitor you meant.
Yeah, it's got the little
Little servo skull. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, kill team nemesis operatives. This is the thing I was talking about. For instance, your stealth battlesuit kill team may call upon a crisis battlesuit ally when much heavier firepower is required. Your go-getting Rekka crew might burst through a wall only to find a massive Tyrannid screamer killer. Both teams might need to tiptoe around the periphery while a dreadnought and a hellbrute lock in a deadly fight. So, yeah, it has a tool for nemesis scenarios, generating characteristics, weapons, and abilities suitable for your own scenarios. For joint ops missions, that's the co-op versions, is the co-op missions. Let's see. To get you started up with coming up with ideas for your own nemesis operatives, 2 awesome creatures previously seen in the Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress game will be getting standalone releases alongside the Nemesis book. The ferocious Amble and the mysterious Zote, known as the Archivist. Each of them has a mission pack, and along with other stuff. So that's, ooh, there's your Amble. He's got little Drake-looking things on him as well. And then the Archivist. So yeah, lots of new kill team stuff.
That guy's got crabs.
Yeah.
There's a cream that'll take care of that for you, buddy.
Yeah. All right, Philip. So what are you thinking about all the new Warhammer stuff?
It's cool looking. Not gonna buy it.
But I don't have to. It's all your current your current combat patrols still be good.
That's how
Now they can just make a new combat patrol for a new edition. But actually, that's all we've got for. That's all we got. That's all we're going to talk about for that. We're going to finish off the episode. We're bringing back the segment we did. We did it in. We did a beta version of it in the bonus bets, but I think that went out for free. We're gonna. It's time to ask.
Nobody
a Dirtbag
complained, so we're making it a part of the show.
Yep. Ask a Dirtbag GM. So until we get to the point where people are actually asking us stuff, I'm just going into. Let's see. Just make that a little bigger so that people can actually read it. So now we're getting actual, I'm right now I'm looking at DM Academy. Basically, I pulled up a bunch of different things. So right here's our first one. Players are complaining that it's unfair that the bad guys are getting stronger as the party levels up. So were partially joking, but I wanted to see how other DMs handle this. I generally am more improvisational because my murder hobo idiots cannot follow a single thread. I like that description. I don't think that they remember that Wave Echo Cave exists because the world has orphanages to troll, things to light on fire, and distractions. They've managed to turn their game into a faction war. They sided with independent Harpers, and in doing so upset the Zentarum and Lord's Alliance, just the normal Fandalavir, I guess. Which, by the way, Fandalavir is the one that you died on, in the beginning. Using the book at this point would be zero fun for them. They just walk through anyone and everyone in their path. It wouldn't be fun for me either. I made a strong case for why the enemies are strong. Well, of course, the Lord's Line and sending patrols strong enough to make you fight meaningfully. They're prepared and know who you are. However, I can kind of see their point. Will other DMs throw a trivial, pointless fight just to make it obvious why we don't do them anymore? Do they serve a purpose besides us spending 485 minutes on the minutia of rolling against goblins with +3 to hit when my party can just one-shot each of them? Is there value in that? Thanks. So I'm going to give you my dirtbag answer. That also has a little bit of a fraction of a nugget of truth in there, and that is this is when you disguise a fight and make it appear to be hard, but it actually is an easy one. So you make it, you plan it out, you detail it, you talk about all these different things, and you are going in on the descriptions and the emotions, and you are making it seem like maybe they miss a couple times, on the thing. Like you just like jack up their maybe they're wearing armor or use terrain to kind of like hide like say the goblins so that like they're having to roll disadvantage or they're getting an increased armor save from the things. But whatever, you take an easy encounter and make it seem to the players as if it's hard, and then eventually when they overcome, like they're like, oh, we just need to get behind them, and then they kill them. So they get that easy win. Then you immediately soul crush them, and that's when like the goblin was actually like, or these goblins were under the pay of like that dragon over yonder. And like actually I had somebody suggest this in a game, and I want to do it because it's the great, or it wasn't somebody in a game. It was somebody, it was another GM I was talking to where he had the idea of, dragons get their power from hordes, right? Like the more money they have, the stronger a dragon gets, right? So like as your party gets more and more money, they're going to become more and more appealing for a dragon to come attack them. Like they're going to sense that power growing and want to take it out. But yes. So that was my dirtbag answer. The nugget of truth I'm talking about is they're a crypto dragon. Yep, exactly. The nugget of truth is there is a flow you want to do with your encounters where like there's different ones. So there's different theories where it's like there's one like the uphill battle where it's like you start easy, you get a little bit harder, and then like you got your big fight at the very end of the session. You've also got like there's the opposite of that, and it's whatever. The ones I like are kind of like it's like a hump where you start easy and then you have like your big competent fight in the middle, and then you have like an easy fight to kind of cool down, let off the steam a little bit. Like also, if you spend forever at the other one, you can just chop off that last encounter and it's not really you haven't really lost anything. But that's the nugget of information in there of like, yes, you do want to like, but also your players are becoming like superheroes. Once you get above level 5, your players are not just typical people.
No, that's like that. It's not a direct correlation, but there is correlation between like your party is getting stronger, so some of the bad guys you're facing are going to get stronger. That's not unfair. That's every video game ever.
Yeah. It's also a matter of like, yes, you could go just kick the crap out of some goblins, but it's like your party's not going to get, think about it, like your party's not going to get any money for it. Like your party's not going to, it's not going to be, if you think like I'm talking meta wise, I'm not talking meta and mechanics wise. I'm talking about from a story perspective, like as you're, becoming these like renowned heroes, like think about it. Does He-Man go and, yes, he might defeat a bunch of like minions, but that's when it's like Skeletor has like an army of people. Like it's one minion among like a lot. But like, he's not going to just go like He-Man's not going to just go like, yeah, look, I'm going to go fight. I'm going to go pick on that dude down there because I can. Like he gets nothing out of it.
Nope. See what we got to do. All right, here's what we got to do. We're going to spend the next 8 months in the beginner's forest killing rats.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to level up to the point where we can just fight God.
What do we do now, Kyle?
Play the game.
Now we play the game.
Everyone equip health potions to your hotbar if you haven't already.
But this is like what the person says is you don't scale the creatures that they're playing. Like you don't take like a level 3 and now make it a level 10.
No, you just make it like
you scale what they're fighting, not scale the stakes as they say on here. You raise the stakes, you don't raise the thing. So your people are stronger. I mean, this is the Avengers Endgame or Avengers Age of Ultron or no, Civil War. Sorry, Captain America Civil War. Where it's like our very existence invites challenge. Like that's what it is. Your heroes are getting strong enough that stronger things want to take them out.
Yes.
When
And
Crypto
more
Dragon
things want to take them out.
when Crypto Dragon is slain, the dragon coin value falls to 0. Killing the dragon immediately devalues the horde. All right. I'm trying to see. I pulled up a bunch of here. I think we're only going to do we'll do one more.
Okay. Which one?
I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do. This is a good one. What's a common piece of DM? We'll do the last one here. What's a common piece of DM advice you completely disagree with? It's neat. And look, I'm not trying to start fights or anything, just looking for alternate perspectives on commonly or universally accepted ideas for DMs to follow. As with the bits of advice themselves, I'm positive any answers are based on the specifics of each table themselves. For me, it's don't ever split the party. At least on battle maps, let them split up and wander. It means whoever isn't exploring with the rogue might finally trigger a trap, and I put a lot of thought into those traps, damn it. Sure, the DM has to plan for it, but it can lead to fun moments as, hey, maybe the skill monkey isn't around, the barbarian has to make a history check. It can introduce drama and tension as the split party works in parallel. I wouldn't do it with a table with newbies, but with my current crew, I'd for sure do it. I think the biggest one for me is, and even then, like some of the previous one, they were talking about like forbidding PvP, especially when I'm playing with the kids.
Oh, yeah.
They want to turn I do typically like try and hold. I try and hold off on it till we're like towards the end. Like if someone is being very combative, like I did have a player where there was a kid where he was just being very like, I think his character was evil and he was just doing all sorts of things to like damage the other players or set off traps or whatever. And I just had to be like, look, I'm sure that character is fun for you, but you are killing everybody else's fun. Everybody else paid to be at this table. So if you want to keep playing that character, you're going to have to play somewhere else. So you can either work with everybody and let everybody have fun, or you can have fun with that character somewhere else. But when we get to the end and they've killed the final boss or whatever and the loot drops and someone's like, I take all the gold, I'll turn to the other person like, you see him take the gold and start to run off, what do you do? And they'll just start attacking each other, and it's great because they never learn. And usually after like I'll let it go like 3 rounds maybe, and then if they still haven't figured out how to split the treasure, I usually just have like some random rat come up or random rat or squirrel just come up and just like take the gem or whatever they're fighting over and run away with it. Like, look, you guys don't get anything. Sucks to be you. I don't know, Philip. You're probably scrolling through.
Sorry, I was listening, but I'm also reading through like one of the.
Yeah, I figured you're probably scrolling through to see what you thought of.
Don't even write down the monster's HP. Just let it die when it's most satisfying.
Yeah,
how is that bad advice?
Wait, are you saying that advice is bad?
Well, what's the title again?
It's what do you commonly disagree with?
Oh, that you commonly disagree with. Okay.
Yes.
Then, yeah. Well,
then
that means they disagree with that.
Yes.
Like, no, like make it.
So let me phrase the piece of advice. They're saying don't stick straightly like you're fighting a dragon. The dragon's got 300 health. They're saying don't do that. Don't keep track of how much damage it is and how much they're doing. Just when you're doing the narrative flow of the battle, when you've kind of gotten to a certain point that it naturally seems like the dragon would die, like maybe somebody does like a really powerful attack, or they work together and did some strategy, so that it keeps you from having like drawn out fights where like the fight or the dragon's just got like 2 HP but nobody can hit it kind of thing. Because like there is a rule of thumb where they're like fights should be only like 5 rounds of combat. That like after 5 rounds of combat you should just wrap that shit up, because it's like any more than that and you're just boring your players now as you're just going through the tediousness of it.
Yeah, well, because I'm reading the responses and it's like
I'm saying that's the
ignoring one
advice.
of the most basic cornerstones of the math that D&D is built upon is just asinine. It's like, as a whole, I stick to monsters' HP as planned. Like, sometimes... Oh, see, the one guy agreed with you. He's like, combat is dragging the pace down. Just, let shit happen.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't do that. Let me just say, I'm just telling you where that opinion comes from and what is driving that. I usually now, if somebody does they do a big awesome hit and they do 16 points of damage to it and it's got like 18 hit points left, I will just usually be like, fuck it, it's dead.
Round up
because like
yeah.
They get their awesome moment and it's dead. Also, there's books I've been reading where it's like you can still keep track of that stuff, but you can just like adjust things where it's like, depending on how the combat's happening, if something's too easy, like what we were talking about first, you can dial shit up and like raise their armor class so it's harder for them to get hit, or increase the amount of health points, or increase the amount of damage they do. Or if it's your guys are wailing on them, well, we can turn those dials down. Like maybe we just like have the HP of the guy just because it's like, oh, I messed up, and maybe it's like I did the math and created an encounter for 6 people, but only 3 of them showed up. Like it's not their fault that half the party didn't show up, and they still want to have a good time, and I still need to make it somewhat hard but not too hard. You can just like tweak things to kind of adjust it. So there is some reasons to maybe not be necessarily like it must have X amount of hit points kind of thing. What about you, Philip? What else? What? You've probably been looking and seeing all the different the DM thing, the tips in here. Anything you've got?
Just talk to your players. Like, no, not doing that.
Why is that?
I'm reading through. It's like, the player is the enemy of the state. We don't negotiate with terrorists. Under no circumstances will I ever communicate a fact or feeling with my players.
All right. All right. You want to wrap that up for this evening?
Yeah.
Boards and Swords podcast, just the tips. Oh man, that might have to be the episode title. All right. I'm gonna throw it over here. I've got laundry and stuff to do, so unfortunately no bonus bits again tonight. Hopefully next week I can get back to actually doing them. But Philip, I think it's time to roll that beautiful bee music.
And that's been our show. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us in the chat and putting up with our shenanigans. If you like what you see, you got to check us out, boardsandswords.com. It's got the list to the places where you can watch us stream. It's got the links for that. It's got the schedule that we completely just throw out the window whenever we feel like it, because we're adults and we can.
Mm-hmm.
It's also got the link to our Patreon, boardsandswords.com/Patreon, patreon.com/boardsandswords. They'll both get you where you need to go, and you can help support the show. And with your support, you can tell us how good we're doing, okay? Like what we're doing? Isn't there a tip section on Patreon? Don't they have that somewhere?
I don't
in
know.
there? Hey, it might be.
I don't know. I
thing.
just work
don't know.
here. Send us feedback. Feedback at boardsandSwords.com. Let us know what you like and don't like about the show. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Boards and or Swords. And links to everything, like Philip said, found at boardsandswords.com. Check it out. Help support the show. We'll be back a week from Monday. We got a guest, so we have to kind of be on time this time. With another show, we're actually going to have Alex Kimmerling from Hootenanny Games on to talk about Sneaky Scallywags. So back to you board game fans are in for a treat. In the meantime, we'll see you guys then. In the meantime, remember that every gamer has a story. And this summer, my wallet's going to be hurting between the new 40K edition and GDO 5 being the G Gundam set for the Gundam card game. I'm going to need to be like running a bunch of D&D games.
Can we do like that one guy did and pre-order from all of the Third Eye locations? And then he like did a loop on it.
I forgot there's a dip off right there at the end. It's over. All right, everybody. I'm stopping the stream. Thanks, y'all, for watching, and we will see you guys next time.